Quentin Tarantino has done it again without doing anything for this. Like George Lucas, fondled, it's a weird word to say it, but fondled with his original work, his completed work. But unlike George Lucas, he made it better. As they originally intended it to be, of Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair. With a Rotten Tomato score, at the time of this review, 100% by the critics and 99% by the audience. This movie is just shy of a masterpiece. Do you want to say something?
It's long.
Welcome back to Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel,
I'm a Don.
where we give you a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert, how was your movie experience?
There's like maybe 10 people in the theater total at most.
You went to see it on a Monday.
At 7:45.
On a Monday. So at 7:45.
My original plan was to go see it on a Sunday in the afternoon.
Oh, like I did.
Yeah, but like
Right.
I missed the original time, and the next time was like a 7, and I was like, no. But then all the other times were going to be at 7 too, so I'm like, I'll just see it Monday.
But I'm saying like Monday is a school night, even though Sunday was a school night, but still you'll have more people there than say during a weekday. My theater was packed, even though it was a small screening or small venue, whatever you want to call it, instead of a small theater. As we watched it, your thing just jumped.
I know, I got a Ghost in the Machine.
Like I said, small theater, but it was packed. The audience was amazing because they were like, well, I don't know, I couldn't see them, but it felt like how I felt, like this.
Mm-hmm.
The room was silent, couple chuckles here and there at the appropriate time. Kim was kind of vocal too on some of the kill shots or hits. And if you didn't know, well, some people did not know, but a lot of people did not know that there was end credits.
But here's the wild thing. Those end credit scenes have been floating around the internet for weeks now.
Well, I didn't know because I didn't look it up.
No, but you told me like, oh, you got to stay for the end credit scenes. And then I'm watching the end credit scenes like, I just saw this online.
Oh, so I didn't. So I didn't know. And
it was a collaboration between Kill Bill and Fortnite.
Also with Uma Thurman, because she reprised her role in The Voice, which is cool because after shooting Kill Bill, she cut ties with Quentin because she got hurt. She got hurt in Kill Bill 2, which is now Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, that when she's driving in the black and white scene and when she's searching for Bill, she crashed.
Oof.
For real. And she didn't want to do it. Like she didn't want to drive, but she lost control and she ended up crashing. And I believe that's what they used in the movie too. I think did she crash in it? No.
She didn't crash in the movie.
No, so that's wrong. But you see it, there's online where they show that she crashed. And so she got hurt because she told him, listen, I don't want to do this. Just since you just filmed in the back of my head, just have a stunt woman drive.
Or just do it like they do the other scenes where it's like a running screen.
Right. No, exactly.
Because there's scenes where they do that, where she's just in the car and it's just a plain screen.
Right. I mean, this movie is a love letter to movies that we grew up on. Like every movie he has done is actually a love letter to a certain genre. Where here you have samurai films, you have the Shaw Brother films, and you see that in the beginning in the credits, opening credits, and then like the feature presentation back in the 70s and 80s, where you're about to see the movie on the theaters and also at home sometimes.
And he literally brought back
also a Western.
Like, it's like Kung Fu Hustle, but the English version.
No,
hear me out. So Kung Fu Hustle is also a love letter to the great Kung Fu movies. And like they brought back a lot of retired or former martial arts stars to perform in that movie just the same way. It's more epic, is much more of a crass film, and it does hit other genres at the same time. And where Kung Fu Hustle is more of a comedy, this one's more satirical. I think that's the word I'm looking for.
Satirical?
Because it does have humor, but it's more like dark humor.
But it's not really humorous. I mean, this movie, it was immensely influenced
It's meant to be an action suspense, but there's humor in it.
Well, yeah, but that's not satire. That's not satire. But this movie is heavily influenced by Lady Snowblood. I have the DVD.
I want to say that's like the first half, though.
But I'm just saying it's heavily influenced. It's like it was the one that really got it going. I mean, granted, it is written and created in its own right by Quentin and Uma, as he saw. Like it says at the end, written and created by Q and U. That happened when they were filming
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, correct. They were talking about it.
I think it was actually her idea for the bride scene too.
Probably, yeah, most likely that one.
Mhm.
But no, but it was. I mean, it is a love letter. Like you and I, that well, mostly me, and you followed my path in the sense of watching the kung fu films every Saturday after the cartoons, or even Sunday too, because sometimes some programs or channels will do a Saturday and a Sunday, and then you have like the mini series Shogun, but then you also have like
Kung Fu,
those special presentations of Shogun's Assassin, Lone Wolf and Cub.
You know, I never watched Shogun Assassin or Lone Wolf and Cub.
Oh man, see, that's another one you have to review.
I became familiar with it just through clips, but I read the books that you owned.
Yeah, and I still own them, I think.
Yeah, but you used to like have like your books stored away at mom's, so like I would rifle through your shit. So, and that's how I became more familiar with Lone Wolf and Cub, more so than Shogun Assassin.
But Shogun Assassin, that's more of a compilation of all the past Lone Wolf and Cub movies and series.
It's a re-editing.
You know, right? But I didn't know that until I just like saw the past movies, because Shogun Assassin was like, which was pretty done well in the sense of the editing. But anyway, I had a blast with this, even though it was long, like you said, and it's 4 hours and like 37 minutes. It's a long sucker, and that's not even including intermission. But the movie itself, if you don't include the end credits and also I guess you would call it a blooper.
They don't even include the deleted scene with Michael Jai White. I thought for like the end credits, we'll see like more behind the scenes. Like we saw the one blooper. And I thought for the end credits, maybe they'll do like a Jackie Chan thing where they'll have like the side roll of like scenes on the other side.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yes, you're right in the sense with Michael Jai White doing a scene with David Carradine. That was like a parody of Kung Fu films, that whole scene, the way they were talking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they cut it out, because it wasn't really needed anyway. But it was a cool... Yes, it was out of place, but it was a cool scene. But he did do some editing, like the fight with Crazy 88s. He didn't do the black and white scene they did in the original release. Again, it pays homage to the old Kung Fu films that they did on TV, where they found it too bloody, so they made it black and white to be able to show it. And also for him, at the time, they're very strict on the violence capture. So instead of making it an R-17 to keep it R-rated, he made it black and white. But there's a moment where she blinks her eyes and it goes back into color.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, but you don't have that here. The story of Oranshi.
Extended, yeah.
Where I thought originally that was Kill Bill.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The guy who killed her father.
Right. Because he had the samurai sword, right? He was holding that. He was dressed sharp in the suit. He had the scraggly hair. He had the ring on his finger correctly. We see it later at the end. He has the thing, but then they show with the updated animation of her going after, I guess, number one, if you will.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, I kind of wish it was Bill that finds her later, then hires her, knowing who she is, but it was kind of like a weird, demented thing to turn someone that you victimized.
Yes.
In a way. You know, it would have been, you know,
I mean, he kind of does that. Like, his MO is like, he always is like, you're my lady kind of thing.
Right. No,
it's very manipulative.
Exactly. Yes, I do appreciate it, but I do like the original, where I'm thinking that is Bill.
Yeah.
Even though it's one movie, and besides that, I do have two versions of the original Kill Bill, Volume 1, because I had the one with the black and white scene, and I had the one was not edited out. I think what I have is what we see in this one.
Probably.
It didn't dawn on to me that she does the eye thing. She does it. She learned it from Pai Mei.
Yeah, and she did it in the first movie.
Right, with one of the Crazy 88s, and then she does it with Cottonmouth.
Yes.
It didn't dawn on to me for some reason. I was like, why am I not, paying? And I was like, oh shit. And I like it because also we think that Cottonmouth gets killed.
Yes.
But again, as tried and true, if you don't see it on camera.
Well, they even say that at the end credits, Cottonmouth with a question mark. Yeah,
exactly.
And so like I know what you're talking about, because I remember I remember the first time watching it, and this time it dawned on me, we never really do see Cottonmouth get killed, and it's like she just got left to a horrible fate. But I'm like, that doesn't kill her. I for some reason thought the snake got her.
Yeah,
that was just my mind playing tricks on me.
Right. Well, that's what Quentin does, though. He'll do stuff to make you think of things like. Not forget, but he makes you think. It's like he's like the kind of person, like, he'll put something out there. Whatever you think it is, it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it could be different people have their own opinions or outlook on it, but that's great because if you see it again, it may change your point of view, and that's okay too. So that's what's cool about it, because like the thing with Pulp Fiction with the briefcase and other aspects that he's done with other movies, he's like, whatever you think it is for you. I thought originally she was killed too, and I forgot that Bill had a brother.
I didn't forget that. You know what surprised me? Because I never caught it first time I watched it. Samuel L. Jackson.
Dude, he's in every Tarantino film.
But when I first watched Kill Bill 2, his character's so small.
Right. You don't see his face clearly. You see a silhouette in the back of the head.
And you're like, he's going more of a raspy voice and whatnot. So I barely noticed it. And remember, when I first saw Kill Bill 2...
You were young.
I was young, and I don't think I even saw it in theaters. I saw it like on VHS.
I think more like DVD, but at that time. But no, I knew it was him. I always knew him. And in the comparison of the two, I thought, of course, Kill Bill Volume 1 was far superior than Part 2.
And I always thought that too. Kill Bill Volume 1 technically could be considered a good movie by itself. And it was.
It definitely was.
Kill Bill Volume 2 was the one that felt incomplete without Volume 1. And that made it feel like a lesser of a film. So the fact that these two are together does make sense for that.
But it also elevates. It goes by quickly. It elevates the story better. You feel for her in that way, you know, because you're on the journey with her. But on individual standard, Volume 1 was rated 85% by the critics and 81% by the audience. Part 2, or Volume 2, 84 by the critics and 89 by the audience. The critics were relatively the same, which is weird that the audience found Part 2 better than Part 1, which I can understand in a way. Because some of the dialogue is horrendous.
In Part 1?
It's like, especially with her and Vivica Fox's character, the mother.
Yeah.
You know, that scene where they're talking in the kitchen, it's just like very
disjointed.
Yes. It didn't feel like they were connected to the words. Like they're almost just saying it and just acting out, like learn it here, let's say it there. I mean, I understand the reason, because that's how a lot of the movies back when we were younger were written like.
Yeah.
You know,
and like, it's supposed to be an homage to more the 70s films than the 80s.
Right. But when the girl finds that her mother dead, shot, or stabbed, and she pulls out the knife, and she sees her, and then she says, if you wish to seek vengeance, when you get older, you may find me. Something like that. Of course, I'm paraphrasing, and of course, I'm butchering it. But the fight scene was awesome. You know, the theme when she's like tone in, or she's about to make that kill, and they made that sound, that music.
Yeah,
that's from Five Fingers of Death, which of course they'll copy from somewhere else.
Yeah,
but when the guy's hands like Shona from The Last Dragon, the glow of the hands, but it's more like not the glow that outlines the hand, but like the hand palm gets red. But anyway, how did you feel yourself seeing this as a whole complete film as it was originally intended?
It is a solid film. I came to terms with the fact that I'm not as big as a Quentin Tarantino fan as you. Like, I like Quentin Tarantino films, but for me, for some weird reason, I can find it good, but it ends up becoming like a one and done. Like I don't feel the urge to rewatch the film multiple times every other year. Like it, like once in a blue moon, I'll dawn it. It's just that it feels like a lot. That's not to take away from the film. That's actually, it is a really good film. And everything I watch in his films, especially this one, stick with me vividly, because almost every scene or interaction, like you said, has subtext. It's like very vibrant, very vivid, very characteristic. A lot of feet.
A lot of feet? Oh, wiggle your toe?
He focuses on Uma Thurman's feet, and actually a couple other characters' feet a lot.
Character is barefooted or wearing slippers.
But like he literally, like the camera just goes to the feet.
Maybe he has a fetish.
He does. No, he's actually reported as having like a foot fetish.
What'd you just do?
I think it's Zoom.
Well, stop it.
I don't know what it's doing.
You have a hand up for some reason.
My Zoom recently did an update, so now I think it recognizes gestures, and I think like if I do something like that or
stop it,
because I didn't touch a keyboard, and it just did it. So like now my Zoom is haunted. I wanted to go over this number with you because I remember like you always want to talk about box offices and whatnot.
Right. Okay.
So Kill Bill Volume 1 when it originally aired, gross worldwide was 180. We'll say 181.
181. Okay.
Yes, on a budget of roughly 30 million.
That's good.
And Kill Bill Volume 2, same budget, so he didn't go up in budget.
Right.
Did 152.
It did less.
It did less. But still, that's like 5 times the amount. That's still good.
Right, and it's still successful, right, but it's not as successful as the original one. Because now, again, like we agree that the first one is better than the second one. Like Volume 2 is not The Empire Strikes Back.
No. It's not. It's not the superior to the first. Absolutely.
Correct, yeah.
Now, I will say this, just to stay on the same subject, though.
Yes.
The box office for the combined, granted it's only been a week, is 4.7.
4.7 million for
the Whole Bloody Affair.
Yes. Well, is there a budget for it? Did it show a budget for it? Because you have to put some money.
Not per IMDb. There's no budget. He didn't do reshoots. He just did some editing and reused some scenes that he's already had. I mean, technically, that could be done in a studio that he has in his own home.
Like, I don't know what editing was done for Volume 2, except for like the intro that was taken out because it was not necessary. Because the
end credit scene
more
for before the intermission. Because in the end credit scene for Volume 1, she addresses the camera and and Bill, and they cut that out.
She looks at the camera?
I want to say she does.
I thought everything was the same.
No, I think they edited that part.
Because she says, like, what does she want? Like, he asked her what she wants. She's like, and she told the whole story and that, she's coming for him.
Yeah, but no, that's before the end credit scene. So, like, what would have been the credits?
Well, I guess I can look online to find out on that stuff.
I could be wrong.
But I think they added her with the daughter.
Oh, you mean in the car? Because her crying on the floor and the daughter's watching the Looney Tunes. I do remember that. That wasn't there. That was in the original.
No, not that one. I'm talking about when they're watching Shogun Assassin. That's what she's watching.
No, I'm pretty confident that was in the original too.
What is your favorite moment?
My favorite moments are in Kill Bill, the first half. Lucy Liu stole the show for me in the first one.
Okay, well, she's not in the second one, so. Okay.
Well, I know she didn't make the cut. No, but like cut. Exactly. Yeah, it's an epic fight scene between Uma Thurman and the Crazy 88s, and which is iconic. And the whole Go-Go fight scene is actually iconic too. But Lucy Liu's character to me was like supreme badass. Like when she took the guy's head about like her heritage.
Yeah.
That was, for one, fantastic. When she's like, "Let me reassure you that I will be personally in favor for everybody's opinions. But if we ever going to talk about my heritage ever again, I will take your head." That's a great moment, and it's also one of the first scenes where they do the huge blood splurt, which is a quintessential thing from like those old samurai films.
Where do you know where it came from? Where it started
from? Was it The Blind Samurai? Nope. It wasn't The Blind Samurai?
Nope.
It was a black and white film, and it was by an accident. Like it was supposed to be like a cut scene, and it was a little bit of splurt, but the thing busted, and like it became a whole thing, and that started the whole thing. The director just said I liked it. But it wasn't the Seven Samurai.
Nope.
What was it?
It was Toshiro Mifune playing the Yojimbo character.
Okay.
And I want to say it's Sanjuro, the second film.
Gotcha. Like, speaking of that, like I said earlier, he did pull up a lot of famous actors. Was it the Wu Ping stunt crew? Right?
Yes.
Chia Hu Liu. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, dude.
Well, you have Gordon Liu. You have Gordon Liu, who was the head of the Crazy 88s, and Pai Mei, which is funny though, also because
Chia Hu Liu, he played Pai Mei, but he's
the leader of the Crazy 88s.
Oh no, you know what? No. That he goes by multiple names.
Gordon Liu. Well, that's how the U.S. knows him, is Gordon Liu. But he played both characters, which was cool, which was funny too, because he's in the Crazy 88s. He's a Chinese man leading a bunch of Japanese people. Before we go on to that, like you notice that his neck is cut in the back from his fall in the Volume 1.
I missed that.
He falls into the wall. Oh, really? Look at it again, because it's like, but why is that? Why does he have a cut? Because it's not a scar, which I can understand if it was a scar, but it looks like he was cut, but it's like going inside the collar. The collar was not cut itself, which I find weird.
It's like injuries happen.
What do you mean injuries happen? I know that. I'm talking about he had a scar.
Right?
No, he's not a stunt. He's not stunt. He's not a stunt man. He's a martial artist actor.
True, but like back in the day, like doing like 36 chambers, Shaolin Kung
I understand.
Fu, all
Okay, you're
those
missing the
movies,
point.
like
You're missing the point. You're missing the point. It's not a scar. It looked like he just got a fresh cut. That's what I'm saying. Looked like he got a fresh cut, but there's no blood or his shirt, his collar's like that. And I'm saying it would have been better if it was more like a scar, giving a little bit of a backstory of that character where, he's been in battle and stuff like that. I'm not talking about the real character. I'm not talking about the real actor, what have you in
okay,
that sense. All right. Wheesh, you're about to go somewhere else, another tangent.
all
But
right.
but you have Gordon Liu in there. Yes, you have that favorite famous icon there. You also have Sonny Chiba, which he was awesome. Oh my God.
That's also in volume 1. That was one of the best scenes. He's like, get the sake, it's like, and the one guy, he's like telling her in Japanese, he's like, I'm not bald, I just shave it that way. You
Do you
understand?
understand? Right. But what I'm just saying is, like, in the sense, like, after that, like, after he makes the sword and that
Yeah.
whole ceremonial spot, it was fire. It was just real cool. Even though, like, he and his buddy were like butting heads in front of her at that time at the restaurant, you see there's loyalty, there's the master and the students, if you will.
Yeah.
And you have how they're connected because he's moving the sword and looking at checking it out. And when he's ready to put it back in the sheath, the guy is right there because he knows. So it's like they're becoming part of one, where like the sword is one sword made up of many materials and repetition of folding of the steel, and then the scuba and the suba and the hilt, and that becomes one, and you see them pretty much becoming one. To go back with you with Orenshi in the fight scene, did you like the fight scene or you just like
I
Orenshi?
mean, Orenshi was a great character to me. I thought her fight scene was also pretty good too.
Kim hated it.
Because it wasn't as outlandish as the 88. It felt watered down in comparison. But for you and I, who grew up on those old school, samurai flicks, it felt very much so like that.
Right. But no, but just the thing, like she said, but if Orenshi is supposed to be such a badass, how she get taken out so easily? I'm like, for one,
she didn't.
No, right. She cut the bride, but the thing is, like, she's also wearing a tight ass kimono. Your range of motion, your freedom of movement is severely severed.
Yeah. Is when she gets cut in her leg that she realizes she's underestimating the bride. And that she goes like, and she's like, I apologize.
Right. I understand that. But I'm just saying though, like you have the bride with, able to move, or Beatrice, we could say Beatrice, that she's moving her legs more freely, where again, she's confined. So Beatrice can move a lot easier than Orenshi. So there's a disadvantage there.
Agreed.
Even though she was able to get cut, it's like that. And then she has that injury there. And again, she's still limited because she's kind of exposed. But I thought that scene was like, it reminded me of, going to Star Wars, Obi-Wan versus Vader in The New Hope.
Oh, I thought you were going to pull out like some old school martial art film. Because I thought
understand
like
that,
it felt like that to me, like an old school samurai film.
Right. No, I mean, in real life, like you have two sharp ass swords. You can't just be twirling and spinning around and flipping like they do in the prequels, which is so stupid. They knew that if they get hit, something serious is going to happen.
Yeah.
Lose a limb, lose a life. So I really appreciate that. And it was done beautifully, like the pacing of it. You have that little fountain drop down and go back up, that little that soundtrack of that, if you will. Oh, speaking about soundtrack, it still rocks. And it fits, like he's playing, like for that samurai battle, he's playing like a Mexican themed song.
Yeah.
It's not Mexican, of course, but it has that music. It has mambo music in it, and so it was just so good, and it fits so well. For me, the Crazy 88 fight scene was great. Oh, I know that's what they added. And that scene where she grabs the kid that she slaps later on. Yeah. I believe, I don't think it's in the original cut, but she grabs him and throws him against a bunch of people. Like she keeps saving him, or not saving him.
Sparing him.
Sparing him, yes.
It's what she wanted to do with Gogo.
Right, but I'm just saying though, like that, I think that's an extra scene that it is not in the original cut where she throws him against.
I remember the spanking. I just don't remember if she threw him.
Right, because I don't remember her taking off the. Like she fights and his mask falls off by her or something like that. And so that's why we see him without the mask. She was not attractive. I'm sorry. Go. I mean, granted, who cares, right? Really, in the whole things, but still, I was just like.
She was a child.
She was not a child.
She was 17.
She was a character. She was a character who played a child, but she's not a child. But anyway, it doesn't matter. There's a very attractive younger people, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to get flagged.
So you're riding a fine tail there. No, but I mean, her character is supposed to be psychotic and crazy.
No, I understand that, but I'm talking about I'm being facetious or being chauvinistic in the sense like her looks, because she was not attractive, even though she was like a model and all that stuff.
Well,
I was like, no.
From what I heard, Quentin Tarantino was a big fan of movies like Battle Royale, and she was in Battle Royale. Some of these actors were from other films that he likes. Like I'm sure he likes Ichi the Killer, because some of these actors are predominantly from like Ichi the Killer and some other films.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever saw that one, but it's a wild film.
I from what I gather from the still shots, yes.
Yes. Was there a scene that you liked in the second half?
The training.
Even though it's like the first, it's supposed to be one movie.
Training.
Yeah.
The training. I'm saying.
Pai Mei?
The training with what? Pai Mei, yes. You know, but that's what he did. Like, okay, which is funny though, because there's a movie he fights Pai Mei, something of the White Lotus, Fist of the White Lotus, I believe it is, and he's fighting Pai Mei, and then spoiler alert, he dies. He's killed by Pai Mei, and his son gets the revenge.
Okay,
but he never played Pai Mei himself. It was his first time because Pai Mei was like this character in folklore that was played by multiple actors throughout multiple films, which I'm surprised they didn't do it here or touch base on it, because he can move his sensitive spots by the time of day. Like wherever you think his kill spot was, whatever you want to call it,
like he can move it.
Right. That's what he did. That in that movie, that's what he did in Fist of the White Lotus, that he that he definitely it's like every hour it shifts. He's bragging about it. And the guy's like, damn, he learns how to do it. Anyway, because Sonny Chiba, very famous from the U.S. market for his Street Fighter movies. He done Shogun's Ninja, another film that we love. And also, yes, so you have here, he played Hattori Hanzo in this film.
Yes.
Right? He played Hattori Hanzo like 7 to 8 times. He did shows and he did movies. And I think it was a show. And what was cool about it, that each episode represented a different Hattori Hanzo in a different timeline, meaning like a generation, a generation. So like, I haven't seen it, but that's what I heard. And so to see this, him playing Hattori Hanzo again, but and also a different generation, is pretty damn cool.
So like, there's also the bald man playing opposite of Sonny Chiba, Kenji Oba, right? So Kenji Oba is well known for being in Super Sentai.
Super Sentai?
The Japanese Power Rangers. It's like what Power Rangers
took
their footage from. He did that for years. He was also a Kamen Rider. So he's like, he's been, well, I don't know if he was the Kamen Rider, but he's been in multiple Kamen Rider products.
Anyone else? Oh, the Sheriff.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Michael Parks.
He was so good as the pimp, the Mexican pimp. I knew he was in it, and I know he did it, right? But when I saw it again, because I saw Kill Bill Volume 1 more than I saw Kill Bill Volume 2, and I know he did a great job, but I forgot how well he was.
Yeah.
And what was funny, Quentin didn't want him to do it. He wasn't the choice for that. But I think an actor bailed out. Parks said, let me do it.
Well, that's for me like Daryl Hannah. I remember Daryl Hannah from like things like Splash and other films like that. Growing up, I would have never put her into the role that she was for Cottonmouth. I never would have envisioned that. Good job.
She killed it. Everyone here knocked it out of the park. I'm sorry, I don't care who you. Charlie Brown, he was great. Like everyone, and the hostess of that Japanese bar, as
Charlie
they say,
also is in Ichi the Killer. There's a lot of people from that movie.
It's like what they say is true, I guess, in movie and television. There's no small parts, just small actors.
I guess I'd have never heard that phrase.
Oh well, I have when I was in the auditioning process,
Yeah.
When I was doing stuff. And then you have like the callbacks, like we say, you have the movies or actors that Quentin hired to be in it, and what influenced him. But you also have like David Carradine kind of reprising his role as Kwai Chang Caine from Kung Fu in the sense of playing the flute.
Yeah, it's an evil king. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, what if David, like Carradine's character from Kung Fu, decided to pick up a revolver and like just become the Highlander?
I don't know why you keep saying Highlander because it can only be
Because
one.
he's so old in all the flashbacks. And,
Oh.
and I love the fact that my camera just zoomed in right after I said that.
Right.
Zoo knew what I was talking about.
He never. Yeah, he's always old. He's always old. That's true.
I would have died laughing. And he said, "Bud, you're my older brother." And I would have been like, "Damn."
I was just so engulfed in this film and this viewing, and you forget because even though it was a 20-year-old film, it doesn't feel that dated. It doesn't feel dated at all. The only drawback I have for me is some of the dialogue. It was like in the sense that the one in the kitchen before the kaboom, which was great because it was like foretelling, which was great. Like Kim knew right away, even though she's seen it before, she did forget. But it was like telling that she knew the gun was in the cereal box. The box says kaboom, so you know. So it's like again, it's foretelling or foreshadowing of what's about to happen.
I mean, that's kind of like Quentin Tarantino formula, though. That we have to have a sit down moment to talk.
He does
something happens, and like now we gotta sit down and talk.
No, I get it. And it's very Inglourious Bastards that way. The opening scene is very that where all that dialogue and everything's being said. Just like Beatrice is talking to Esteban, they're just talking. I mean, that's what like for me, like Volume 2 was quintessential. Thank you.
I probably mispronounced that too.
I think you did too. But that's Quentin Tarantino's style.
Yeah.
Where it's all about dialogue. He goes with Bill going to a rant about superheroes and whose true identity and why. Yeah. He does the whole. It's like long. It's like a 10-minute monologue, and
I'm sitting. And by the way, I was sitting there watching it. I'm like, that's a valid monologue. Better with Batman.
But
if you swapped it to Batman, that would make more sense. But
no,
whatever.
but yes and no. But I understand what the Superman thing was. But and you're kind of right too with the. They said in the Batman Begins, this is your true mask.
Well, I mean, it's also been done in comics and cartoons. It's even been established. He doesn't even think of himself as Bruce Wayne. He considers himself, I am Batman.
But what I'm trying to say is, though, but the first one was not Quentin Tarantino in the sense of directing. It was a different style in comparison to Volume 2. And what I'm saying, like he went total let me honor the genre or the genres to a T. And he did that. He honored it by the dialogue, by the editing, filming, the lighting, or the original cut, the editing of the lighting or the colors, if you will. And I just love that. But again, part 2 with that flow, it makes more sense. You're on that road with her. You feel for her. You celebrate with her.
Part 2, you absolutely need part 1.
Just definitely.
Part 2 for part 1.
Yeah, because you can imagine at the end of 1, it kind of is it's a cliffhanger, but you can imagine that she succeeds, and here we see it. My only gripe will be that like the dialogue aspect on certain moments. But again, I understand why, and I just wish he kept some of the original editing like that. Like I said, going to the black and white on that fight scene, because what it also did besides of cover the blood, it kind of showed like she's in the zone.
I can go with that,
right? Because she's getting ready. She's using the sword as a mirror to see what's behind her as well, and then it goes. That's what it seemed like in my original viewing, that she was in the zone.
Yeah.
And then when she blinks and the colors go back to normal, it's like she's coming out of that zone. It's like Wolverine in Berserker mode.
Yeah, I get it.
Besides the tribute to her outfit to Bruce Lee from Game of Death.
That was weird to me, though.
She's wearing two
outfits of the same pattern and design.
Right.
And the only difference is like one is more of the motorcycle outfit versus the spandex. It was unnecessary. And she doesn't have a bag.
What bag?
Where did the clothes come from?
No, it was underneath.
So where did she put the other clothes?
I don't know.
Then why change clothes?
I don't know. You would think she would. Well,
if she was planning to leave, then she's like, I want to be clean. So
she did wear it when she took Sophie.
That's planning.
I know, but she left it in the bathroom stall.
I'm just saying.
There was probably a ledge, or she probably put it behind the toilet, how it was. I mean, they pretty much squat in actuality. But anyway, it would have been better if she had the black and yellow motorcycle outfit, yes, and then underneath a one piece to simulate Enter the Dragon, a black bodysuit.
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
that would have been cool.
They could have trimmed off some scenes. The whole going to the stripper club to get chewed out by his manager to come back really wasn't.
Yeah,
necessary.
but I think that was important though.
How?
It just shows like a kind of place he's in. Like he had the ability to get what happened? What did the camera move again?
The thing is, I don't have a physical camera that moves like you do. It's the AI that's doing it.
Well, tell the AI to stop fucking around.
I didn't even touch nothing. But anyways, but go ahead.
But I'm saying like he had Hattori Hanzo's sword. And so he could have made money off that, even though he lied as I sold it for like 250 or $500. He could have really put it into the black market because he has the access, I bet, to sell it and be a millionaire or what have you. But he has some, like he feels guilty. That's what I think it is. He feels guilty of all the killings he's done.
True. You know what? And here's the thing I'm going to say on that note. Like what Quentin Tarantino is good at is building worlds and building lore. Right?
Like Stephen King.
Yeah, which I've gone down a tragic rabbit hole with that. But that's a whole different video. Here's the part that I'm having a slight issue with. So like we get like the flashback for Oren, right? And we get all this stuff. We don't get it for any of the other characters, really. Partially with Bill and the Bride, but like for none of the other characters.
No, so I get it. You're right.
It feels very lopsided in that sense because we don't get it with Vivica A. Fox. We don't get it with Daryl Hannah, except for the one scene with Padme. I want to call him Padme or Magpie, and I know that's all wrong. Padme. And then
Pad Thai.
Because you're right.
Padme. Wait a minute, Padme. That's Star Wars. That's
I know.
Mother.
But here's the thing. You're right. I want to learn more about Bud. I want to learn what went down between him and his brother. Daryl Hannah's character is pretty straightforward. I would like to learn more about Vivica A. Fox.
No, but that I mean,
hell,
remember
if they were gonna entertain the idea of a third Kill Bill, but call it like The Bride or something like that, I've said this to you in the past off record, where I said I thought it was a great idea if the daughter came back looking for vengeance for the bride.
You heard that before because that's what they wanted to do. If they did a Kill Bill 3, that would be it.
Yeah,
the child of Vivica Fox's character grows up and seeks vengeance. Just like how Beatrice said that to her. It's like, look, when you get old enough and you still feel the same way and you want to take vengeance for your mother, seek me out. But now this is where I want to see. The children go at it. Vivica Fox's character and Beatrice's daughter. That they go at it. They're both around the same age.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So it would have been, and wait a minute, hold up. What kindergarten has access to bus service? I don't know. And that's a huge 4.5-year-old.
Both of them. They're 4 years old. I'm like, no.
No, they're like 7, not 7. They're not 7, but they're like definitely like 6. They're like 6.
6 to 8.
5.5.
Yeah.
No, they're not that. No,
Vivica A. Fox kid is like 8 years old. That kid is out there. I can make my own cereal.
I don't remember any kindergarten taking a bus, especially at that age, 4.5, 5. I mean, I went to kindergarten at 5. 4 is like, what the hell kind of program is this?
I don't. She got left behind a year.
No, how did she get left behind a year? No, I was saying kindergarten for me was 5 years old.
She's taking the bus.
First grade. But I'm just saying, she's taking a bus and back. They're dropping her off. I was like, usually no, it's like your parents drop you off. But anyway, I would like to see that. I understand that she kills, she's getting avenged for her mother's death by Beatrice. But since they're both the same age, it's like Beatrice trains, kind of like Sarah Connor training her son for the Terminator, right?
Yeah.
For Judgment Day.
Well, I mean, because I want to say she was around the same age as Oren when she saw her father die.
She was a little older, but.
No, Oren. Well,
no, you're right. You're right.
It took years before she got. When she whimpered. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That age. Yeah, they're on the same age. You're right. Wow. Yeah. There's like a pattern.
Yes.
Good point. Do you have any weak moments? I know I said about mine.
We kind of touched on them like in unison with it. Like I think even though it's like condensed in some ways, I'm not a big fan of long films in general.
Oh, who is?
Like you are.
As soon as I said it, I was like, because I am a fan of the.
You've been on record on this channel multiple times saying like, I love Batman and Superman, the extended edition. Lord of the Rings extended edition. The Gladiator extended edition. If it's extended director's cut, you're for it.
You're right. You're right. Well, it depends. Yes, I am for it, but it also depends because some of the bullshit, like Lethal Weapon director's cut, they added an extra scene from Murtaugh.
I was going to say the exception would be Zack Snyder.
Oh, that's
although
true too.
Batman versus Superman is Zack Snyder, but I mean, like most of his other stuff, you're not.
Well, I mean, he did like the editing. Like he's a bad editor. I'll tell you that. We're going off a tangent again, but he's a bad editor. He is. Filming and the visuals of it is, yes, he has that touch. He can make anything like artful, but his editing sucks. But when he added that extra 30 minutes, for me, it goes by. Yes, you're right. I am a fan of the extended films. I
hurt my back sitting in that chair for so long. It's not a lazy boy chair at my theater. My theater has the old school chairs that are like minimal padding that's been through years of damage and a hard seat.
And plus, your weight doesn't help. So
I have arthritis.
Like I said, your weight doesn't help. It goes with that too.
I was just sitting.
No, but for me too, though, I have to say, like, my hip was a little tight. But even though I did took advantage of the intermission, I did take advantage of that. Is this worth the watch? Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
What about purchase on Blu-ray?
I think it's worth a purchase on Blu-ray. Even if you're not a type of person that's going to watch this like every year or so, this is a good collectible. It's worthy of being a collectible.
It'll be my third copy of Kill Bill Volume 1 and my second copy of Kill Bill Volume 2. And I know it's going to be a shitload of, I hope, more new back to, behind the scenes, excuse me.
One would hope.
Yes, one would hope. I mean, I can't remember the Blu-rays have any of that. I can't remember. But I want to see it again in the theaters, but it's just too damn long. I don't know when.
Because it's a day.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because you include the trailers. This would have been a film that I would have been like, we don't need the trailers.
Right.
Just start it.
Yes, please.
And I'm surprised we didn't get like anything from Quentin Tarantino.
We got there as the time showed, just in case, because we've been there before where we see a special feature or a presentation. And
by the way, this also goes out to the people out there. If you have an AMC A-list pass, they don't give you a pass on this one. You got to pay.
That's true. You're right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I thought they're going to go right into the movie because, again, special presentations of certain films, they don't do the previews, like The Last Dragon,
when we watched the Vampire Hunter D,
it went right to show, which was great, but it would have been better because of how long it is. So it's like over 5 hours long if you include the trailers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we see it's preluded when Beatrice and Pai Mei are doing their kata together, and they're doing little bits like that, even though it's more Crane. Right, but that's what she does. Like she's doing the not the 5-finger death touch. Is it a 5-finger death touch or a 5-step death touch?
It looks similar to the 5-finger death touch because there is a moment where she goes like this, but it's also the same move that she does with the eye. But she does that to fight. She does that when she first fights Pai Mei too, because remember she's doing the tiger, and then she goes like this at one point.
Did she do that? I thought she did the snake.
It's a similar.
No, it is. You're right. Crane, snake.
Yeah.
So the hand. So but
I know it's a bad Jackie Chan movie, but it always reminds me when
Snake of the Eagle Shadow,
Spiritual Kung Fu.
Did I see that one?
Yeah, it was in your collection of like VHS movies way back in the day. It's the one where he finds like the old Buddha scriptures and like there's these ghosts that are teaching him Kung Fu. And he's the only one that sees them. And like each ghost knows this particular style. And they have they're all dressed in white with big red hair.
Oh, I'm thinking of Shaolin Wooden Men.
But basically, it's like when they're doing like this and stuff like that, I'm thinking of the scene where he's fighting the girl and she insulted him because she's like, it looks like you're doing a little teapot.
This is what I like about this movie because we're thinking about other films.
Yes. Because if you're going to do a love letter to those genres and those films, you want those to bring back those memories.
Right. And that's what he did here, tenfold. This is a far better cut of it. And like I said, this is what he originally intended, but the studios were like, no, it's going to be too long, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. So he's like, fine, make it 2 films. And then he had to make some adjustments. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm getting sleepy because I took a gummy before this.
Bro, I've been ready to wrap this up.
I understand that, but my eyes are like falling and I'm looking down, like I'm talking to you with my eyes closed because the gummy has kicked in and we got to wrap this up. I'm like, because that's why I'm having trouble. I mean, I always have trouble explaining my thoughts when we do these, but I'm having extra trouble and my eyes are fucking closing on me. Seriously. To go back to Rotten Tomatoes, I mean, damn, 100 by the critics and 99% by the audience. Where the hell do you stand?
For me, Kill Bill is the best Quentin Tarantino film.
I'm kind of there. It's almost like a wave. Inglourious Bastards, Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair, and Django.
I enjoyed those films. I will be more inclined to watch Kill Bill versus those others. And I'll be more inclined to introduce this film to others than those films.
Right. Well, I can understand. I mean, I can understand yours and mine in the sense of how we grew up, because this touched a lot of what we love. Anime, the samurai films, the kung fu films, you know, like I said, from Shaw Brothers.
Westerns.
And the Westerns too. No, yes. And the acting. Granted, yes, some of the writing is horrible, but man, the acting, Parks playing the sheriff, and then Esteban was beautifully done. Like I told Kim, that's the sheriff. She was like, oh, she goes, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, holy crap, like, you know. And I loved also a callback to Charlie Chan when he calls his son, yes, number 1. And that's what Charlie Chan called his son when, you know, was on cases with him. Again, a love letter to everything that he grew up on, that we grew up on. It feels like my youth as an adult, because this is when I saw it. I saw this movie as an adult. So it just took me back to my youth without really trying. It just became.
Oh, yeah. They got the Kato mask.
Yes, I'm saying like all these Bruce Lee references. I'm telling you. Oh, that's what I meant to say. The other one, Bruce Lee reference.
Black Mask with Jet Li.
Yeah, but that's also in honor of the Kato like scenario kind of thing. But even though it's not, and then you have Donnie Yen's Legend of the Fist, where he plays Kato.
Yeah.
Oh, when she's fighting the Crazy 88s and she's on the floor with the 2 samurai swords, chopping off their legs.
Oh, Chinese
That's
Connection.
from or actually Fist of Fury. No, the Chinese Connection. You're right, Chinese Connection. Sorry. The U.S. called it Fist of Fury. But yes, the Chinese Connection when he's hitting all the Japanese in the ankles with the nunchaku. Yep. So yeah, but also that represents or honors Musashi Momoto Musashi, excuse me, who was a famed samurai. The Japanese culture, the businesses, and we talked about this before, they use his book, the Book of 5 Rings, as a way to climb the corporate ladder. They use his philosophy of fighting and they put into business. And this is how, you know, it's very
interesting.
Yeah, it is in story that he fought just like she did, a band of samurai, and he only had 2 swords. And I think instead of 88, it was 100. And he was using 1 sword, but it was not working. He wasn't succeeding as well or taking them down as quick. And so he took out his shoto, the short sword. He used that. And then that's what she does there in a sense. She's surrounded by 88 instead of 100. And she's able to use 2 swords. Yeah. One other faux pas I just remembered in that fight scene where she's fighting Gordon Liu on the balancing beam, right? And she's stepping backwards, and he's stepping forward. When she cuts his legs, the danto that Orenshi slammed down is there. How come she didn't trip over that if she's moving backwards?
I thought about it. I didn't even get why she left the danto there. Wasn't that supposed to be her father's short sword?
Yeah. Well, that short sword is a knife.
Yeah, but they called it a short sword in the movie. Yeah. Still, which kind of made it weird, but it's thematic.
No. I mean, yeah. I mean, it served its purpose overall. I mean, it's just a fine. It's like, is there another scene or cut that you see her like spin around, or you know, she feels in, you know, whatever, what have you. But
I mean, I didn't understand why the lady cut out the power to the restaurant and the lights out of nowhere and then turn it back on. It was the most random thing.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown left. That lady stayed. I don't know why.
What was her business? He was just a worker.
It was also Charlie Brown's.
No, it was not his business. He was as an employee.
I thought they were a couple.
No.
the way they bickered.
Well, yeah, I mean, hello, yeah, I mean, if you work with someone for a long time, you would do that, right? Yeah, why did she do that? That's weird.
There was no need.
We're going overtime, way overtime, and I am sleeping. But how come Gogo didn't look up? She's out there looking, searching who was there, and she didn't look up.
Oh no, that's a common thing in movies. Most times in movies, like everybody that's always searching for something, they never look up. It's also in horror films and martial art films. It's always the case. They never look up. I'm just
saying it would have been cool. I'm not saying that they should have changed it in a way, but it would have been cool if she looked up and like, whoa,
and that starts things off.
Right, but Gogo lost her cool.
I thought it was weird when she announces herself to Oren, right? And the first group of 88 show up, right? They come out through the door, and then they slide the door the other way, which makes it longer for Oren to walk.
Right. You're right. I saw that too. I was like, okay,
there's no need.
It's really dramatic, but okay. I noticed that too. And I mean, that's a little comical, if you will. Because, yeah, they just and she has to make that long. But silly rabbit.
Tricks are for kids. You really need to cut to the video right now.
I'm getting punch drunk, if you will. Oh my God, my eyes is like
so bad.
Anyway. All right, guys. That is our review of Kill Bill, The Holy Blood Affair. Have you seen it? What was your favorite?
What?
What did I say?
You said The Holy Bloody Affair.
Shit. All right, guys. That is our review of Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. Have you seen it? What was your... Oh my God. What was your favorite moment? Is it worth the buy? Would you get it for next Christmas? And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Until next time, we'll be the next time. Angel high as motherfucker.
Wow. I'm a Don.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.